One. Hey everyone, it's Shana again, and I am still here talking about The Wiz. And as you can see, I'm getting more and more excited as we get closer and closer to the opening. Today, my guest is Brian Moreland, who is the lead producer of this show. Welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Cleveland, and thank you for having me.
And we are super excited. I have been calling Playhouse Square because people are calling me like, what's up with The Wiz? And so, as we are all excited, we know that this is our show. But we also know that we can be defensive of our show. What are some fun surprises or things to look forward to in The Wiz, besides the show? We know the show, but what's some new updates and fun things that we can discover in this one?
So in defense of us, I would say, I would respond with, we all support Black Panther.
Yes.
We are Wakanda down,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So if you loved that movie and you loved how that movie looked, because when that movie opened, it blew my mind.
Same.
Every single setting blew my mind. So if you loved that, you're gonna love the set
Okay.
for The Wiz. Hannah Bleeker,
Okay.
who won her Academy Award for designing Black Panther, is our set designer for The Wiz.
See her face, she's like,
So I'm telling you, the set is off the hook.
Okay.
Off the hook. If you saw Dreamgirls, that Jennifer Hudson won her Oscar for, or if you saw Ray, where Jamie Foxx won his Oscar, if you knew and loved those movies, you're gonna love our costumes because we have that costume designer, Sharon Davis.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, sorry.
So I'm just, all right, right? How am I doing?
You're doing good. Keep going,
Okay,
keep going.
great. So what else can I say to you? I can say to you,
I heard there's something about the choreography. It ain't.
Okay, she just had a birthday.
Grandma's choreography.
no, she just had a birthday.
Okay. Who
She's
had
on a
birthday?
world
She's
tour.
a Virgo.
She's breaking every record known. You might know
sounds
her
like-
from Destiny's
She's married
Child.
too, right?
She's married. She's a media mogul.
Yeah,
she has a couple of kids.
is that like
she has a
Beyonce?
clothing line.
Beyonce. Yes, yes.
So if you saw Single Ladies and you love that video, if you saw Homecoming, the Coachella event on HBO,
Yes.
if you saw Lemonade,
Who has
then you know Jaquel Knight, and he's our choreographer, and he is designing The Wiz.
So I feel like we needed a round of applause when you said that. Like, like we need to just. Leave
I'm
that
just
in right
telling
here.
you.
Okay.
It is black down,
Okay.
and we've done a lot of work to really make sure that we get people from all of these different fields to really pour into The Wiz, so it can break the mold again.
Okay. So let's talk about the story though for the broader audience, because we know it's ours, but for the broader audience. What can they still rely on or depend on from this show?
If you know the Frank Baum book, then you obviously know The Wizard of Oz. If you saw the original Wizard of Oz movie with Judy Garland, Dorothy still goes over the rainbow. For us, it's a tornado, but it's fine. It's same as that,
Yep.
right? So she still lands in Oz. There are still 3 friends that she meets. There are still the Wizard. There is still a wicked witch that has to be
Dealt with.
and there is still Glinda. So all of these things are 100% the same.
Okay.
We know and we love them, and they will all happen. In this version, however, we don't land in Munchkinland. In our version, we land in New Orleans in the French Quarter.
Okay.
We also have Deborah Cox as Glinda, and Deborah tells our wonderful Dorothy how to find the Wiz.
Okay.
We have our 3 friends, and our friends are played by these wonderful, wonderful, remarkable actors. We have Kyle Freeman, who plays the Lion, who just finished in the West End playing in A Strange Loop.
Oh, wow.
We have Philip Johnson, who's an R&B artist, who was also in the national tour of Hamilton. He plays the Tin Man. And we have Avery Wilson playing the Scarecrow. The role we knew and loved from the movie of Michael Jackson singing "You Can't Win." We have Avery Wilson singing that song.
That song's still in there?
That song is still in there. It's in this version, and you will hear it every single night. We have a wonderful girl playing Dorothy. Her name is Nichelle Lewis.
Okay.
Brand new girl from Virginia, 24 years old. We found her on TikTok singing her heart
wow.
out, and she was lovely. So it's all these things that you know and love, and they're still here. We also have all this music.
Okay.
We have all this music. We've got No Bad News. We've got No Bad News. We've got He's the Wiz. We've got the Emerald City Number. We've got
Are we
Be a
easing down the
Lion.
road?
We are easing on down the road.
Okay.
And you get that song 3 times in the show.
Ooh. Okay.
So it's there. It's there. I promise you. I promise you all the music is there.
He said he promises. He promises.
Yes, and we even
there
have a
songs?
jewel. We even have a jewel that was, we have a song in the show that was cut in 1974 in the tryout from Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
And we have that song in this show now.
I'm like speechless. Like,
Yeah.
okay. So yes. So what I'm hearing is that this show is the same thing that our moms, grandmas, and aunties loved, but also things to reintroduce our kids and next generations. But let me just ask this question: why New Orleans?
So it's for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
So one of the things that Amber was given great liberty to do was to really let her mind just flow. Like just think about new ways and new things and new places and new spaces to go. Hannah happens to be from New Orleans,
Okay.
our set designer. And so they were starting to think about, okay, if we don't want to land in what we know as quote unquote Munchkin land, what land do we want to come to? And what land might be on the other side of this tornado? What land could be a whole nother world if you've never been to New Orleans?
Right.
So we started thinking about Mardi Gras. Then we started
Yes.
thinking about the culture of New Orleans and the customs of New Orleans and what funerals look like in New Orleans and what those funeral parades look like. That's how we got there.
Okay.
So in this particular case, the house still lands. The house still kills the Wicked Witch,
Okay.
or a Wicked Witch. And in this particular one, there's a celebration because the witch is dead.
Right.
But it's a New Orleans
So
celebration.
it's a second line, parasols and
Parasols and masks
Yes.
and ribbons and the whole thing.
okay, true homegoing.
It's a true homegoing.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Any other surprises before I let you go? Any other surprises or things that we should look for? Any nuances that you think we might miss because we're just so busy enjoying ourselves that you want to say, hey, keep an eye out for this?
I think you want to see the show twice.
Okay.
I think you want to see it the first time because it's a visual feast for your eyes. But then I think you want to see it the second time because you want to actually start to look at the detail of the set. Hannah, well, I'll just tell you. So one of the things, well, I was thinking if I want to tell you now, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So Hannah's in the Wiz's throne. It's a cone dome, but at a cone throne.
Okay.
But when you get to the top of it, there are picks, as in like hair picks.
Uh-huh.
There are picks around the top of the dome. So that's what I'm saying. You
Yes.
have to get back to see it again. When we land and we meet Eveline. She has a whole line of hair products that she's selling.
Okay.
So it's just
Okay.
It's these. We pass the church collection plate when we get to Munchkinland.
Oh.
You know, we're selling T-shirts. We're selling T-shirts to commemorate the day that the witch is dead.
Nice. Okay.
So I mean, it's little things like that are
Right.
really going to be cultural touchstones to like things that we do that you're like, you try to explain it to somebody else and like, why are you doing that? Well, it's just what we do. But why? It's just what we do.
All right.
So it's things like that. That's why I said you want to see it twice.
Okay.
Visual feast the first time and then absorb the detail.
Okay.
And even the one-liners. Amber has written the line that Adapro says, and she says, well, you know, Eveline is old. And you know what they say, black don't crack. But every century or so, it does wrinkle. So
Yes,
it's just things,
yes.
it's things like that that really make it ours.
Yes. So thank you for your time. Like, I don't want to say anymore because I feel like we're going to start spoiling, and I can't wait to see it. But I am going to take your advice and see it twice.
Yes.
At least. Maybe we need to see it every week or so and just follow you on your progression. But just thank you for your time, Brian. You heard it here. See it twice. Get your tickets. The Wiz.